Hello, friends, and welcome back to r/IDontWorkHereLady. And today we have two great stories, so I hope you hit the like button and let's get started. Today's first story: assaulted at the craft store. I'm a regular at my local craft store. Not only do I collect hobbies like some people collect stamps, but I have a side hustle that requires regular trips there. The nearest art store is over an hour away, so I don't have any other options. I bring my dog pretty often, and the staff all love him. He's also my registered emotional support animal. That doesn't mean much. He's not a service animal, so he can't go everywhere, but when I'm having a bad day, I'll bring him along. Since they know me, I'll stop and have a chat with some of them, even when the puppers is at home. I also used to work at this store many years ago, before I finished university. That was well over 10 years ago, though, and only a handful of the people I worked with remain, including one of the managers. I still look way younger than I am, and the pink hair doesn't help. This is relevant later on. On this particular day, I'd brought Puppers with me. He's only 8 pounds of fluff and paws and less than a foot tall from head to toe, so I don't like letting him walk in stores. He's easy to miss and step on or hit with a cart. He has a little puppy carrying bag that I use when we're in stores and put him in the kid's seat in the cart. If he doesn't have his head up, it just looks like a big tote bag. So I'm wandering around picking up what I need and having a chat with one of the managers about some bulk items I ordered and some other questions about new products. I head off on my merry way to pick up the last few things. I needed about 40 different colors of paint, so I park Puppers on the side a couple feet away, bust out my list, and start pulling the colors I need. At some point during my little gathering mission, another employee comes up to say hi to Puppers and asks me about what I'm working on now. The whole interaction takes less than 30 seconds, and I get back to the task at hand. Just as I grab the last of the paint and dump them in the cart, I hear an exaggerated sigh and a mumbled, "Finally." Thinking that I or my cart was blocking something, I say a quick sorry and start to leave. For those wondering, yes, I'm Canadian, and saying sorry is my natural defense mechanism. I don't move 6 feet before some gray-haired Karen in a stained "It's wine o'clock" t-shirt starts yelling at me. I should note that the uniform in this store is black and khaki with a red apron and a headset. I in no way, shape, or form am wearing anything close to that uniform. I was in a blue sundress with lemons all over it, and don't forget about my pink hair. The interaction goes as follows. Karen: "Hey, where do you think you're going?" There's no one else around, so I turn around. "Excuse me? Are you speaking to me?" Karen: "Yes, I'm talking to you. You have the worst customer service. I've been waiting here for 3 whole minutes for you to look up from your silly thing and help me. I should tell your manager." Me: "Sorry, I don't work here." Again with the automatic sorry. Karen: "Don't lie to me. I'm not stupid. I know you work here. I saw you talking to the other staff. You can take off your name tag, but I know you work here." "Excuse me?" "God, you're so stupid. That hair dye must have given you brain damage. I can't believe they even let you work here looking like that. You kids today get away with so much poo." I'm in my 30s, by the way. "Real jobs don't hire people like you. That's why you're here." Note, I have 2 bloody degrees, one from one of the most competitive programs in Canada before I left due to medical issues. I was in upper management at a national organization. Now I consult for them. So yes, real jobs absolutely hire people with pink hair. At this point, I snap back to reality and just start walking away. I want nothing to do with this lady's meltdown. She runs halfway down the aisle and jerks me by the arm. I had a hold of my cart, which had poor doggo in the front. He gets tossed against the cart handle and starts crying. Now I see red. No one messes with my doggo. This little guy is a rescue. It took me months to get him to trust me and even longer to get him comfortable in public spaces. Now he loves car and cart rides and is pretty good with people, especially kids. If this woman hurt my Puppers, she is going down. I'm generally a very calm person who doesn't anger easily, but when I do, it's spectacular. After making quick sure that Puppers isn't injured, I reel around and start screaming at this woman. "What in the hell is wrong with you? I told you I don't work here. What the hell makes you think I work here, you stupid grunt?" Except that's not the word I used. "Even if I did, what the frick gives you the right to touch me or anyone?" I continued shouting insults at this woman for about 30 more seconds, but I can't remember exactly what I said. I'm 95% sure I got political. Called her out about ageism and privilege, etc. The manager and some associates come running to the aisle to see what's going on. By this point, my arm is turning very red and there'll be a big bruise. I bruised like a peach, so I didn't really notice, but the manager did. Meanwhile, my poor dog is whimpering and shaking in the seat. Stupid Karen is frozen to her spot looking like a landed fish. I get the distinct feeling that she doesn't get called out very often and has no idea what to do when someone starts treating her the same way she treats others. So I stop screaming and the manager asks me what's wrong. Before I can speak, Karen snaps out of it and begins her attempt to lie her way out of this one. Karen: your employee hit me when I asked for help, then started screaming at me. You need to fire her this instant. The manager looks at me, then back at Karen. Manager: you mean her? Karen: of course I mean her. Fire her right now or I'm going to sue. Manager looks at me. She's known me since I was a dumb kid who didn't know what downstock meant. She gives me, what actually happened eyebrow. Me: this woman yelled and insulted me, then grabbed me by the arm and jerked me back. Puppers got tossed to the bar and I got mad. Manager looks back at Karen, who's lost her smugness now that she's noticed Puppers and it's obvious that I'm a customer. Her hamster wheel keeps spinning to try and get out of this. Manager: is that true? Karen: of course not. I didn't know she was a customer. She didn't tell me she didn't work here till she slapped me. There needs to be repercussions. Ban her from this store or I'll never shop here again. You can't afford to lose any customers and I'm here several times a year to buy thread. Literally the cheapest thing they sell. I've calmed down now and remember which aisle I'm in, the one directly below one of the store's 6 security cameras. They aren't super obvious. They are the same color as the sprinklers, so most people don't even notice them. But I remembered them from my time working there. Manager: well, it seems one of you isn't telling the truth. Associate: can you take these ladies to the classroom? I'm going to call the police and review the security footage. They'll get this all sorted out. Karen stands there dumbly, knowing that the manager knows Karen is lying because not only does she know I couldn't hurt a fly, but also I'm the one with the bruise, not her. I really don't care if the police are called. I never laid a finger on her and I can prove it. Me: that's fine, but may I pay for my purchase and go to the car to get Pupper's water bowl and let him pee? Manager: absolutely. Poor Puppers has had a fright, hasn't he? And you know how much we love him around here. Associate: why don't you pull one of those dog toys from the clearance section for Puppers to cuddle while we sort this out? Suddenly, Karen's pea-sized brain catches up. There's video, and these people know me. There's no way she's getting out of this if the cops show up. Karen: it's obvious she'll never be charged. You obviously know her. I bet you don't even have cameras. I'm leaving. You can't make me stay. Manager: well, madam, yes we can. If we suspect an assault has taken place and both of you have claimed you were assaulted, I'm afraid you'll both have to stay here until the police arrive and they'll sort it out. I'm sure once they review the tapes, it'll all be over quickly. Karen panics, drops her basket, and runs for the exit. You can practically see her outline in dust as she flees. Manager tells me that they have cameras in the parking lot and could get her plate numbers if I did want to call the police to charge her. I was 100% done though. It wasn't worth it. I just wanted to go home. Manager apologized, asked if Pupper still wants that toy. I declined, and opens a till to check me out herself. I proceed to go home, have a panic attack, and pass out for the rest of the afternoon. And our second story. I do work here, actually. I'm the one who hired you. I'm sorry, I love this sub, but I think that it might not be the right one until I read a recent one. So I'm hiring an instructor for a language class. $50 an hour plus planning time. I have full responsibility with the hiring since I got the grant and it's my project. However, I always like colleagues to come to the interviews because I have a really bad sense of first impressions. This time I asked 3 of my colleagues and the co-instructor to come to the interview. It was at my classroom and I'm finishing and cleaning up. The candidate, a man, shows up 5 minutes early, sees me and says he'll wait in the hallway. I say, do come in, and I keep putting the chairs on the tables, cleaning up. He sits on a chair, opens his legs, and asks me if I've been here long. I say, you are Mr. So-and-so, yes? I'm new. I used to work as a lecturer at your university, etc. This is my classroom. I'm waiting for a couple of colleagues. They should be here in 5 minutes. He stays there and checks his phone. 5 minutes go by and the colleagues are not here. I don't want to stay overtime, so I tell the guy, I'm going to start the interview. I'll be writing notes on the computer if that's okay. He says, sure. Questions about background, experience, motivation, etc. His answers are all one word. Male colleague appears. Crap, I forgot about this. Candidate stands up, firm handshake, starts using formal you, asks colleague about the job, says, I don't know, Dr. No Santeria here is the one in charge. Candidate goes pale, looks at me, changes to formal tone, sits up straight, and says, I thought you were the custodian. He did not get the job. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next video.